Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today we're going to be continuing on the Best of One series with everybody's M20 favourite girl, Chandra. We're going to be doing a Chandra tribal list, which is something that I actually took part in on the streamer event. We ended up building a Chandra meme deck, which basically was only allowed to include cards that had the word Chandra in them. So there was a lot of options, surprisingly, on things that we could actually have. We ended up having like Pyrohelixes and coming up against Rat Colony, which was pretty funny. And then there's also another Planeswalker deck, Chandra, which I don't own, and honestly, I'm not going to craft, so cut that one right out. But yeah, we ended up having a lot of fun with it, and it did really well in the streamer event, at least. I think it went like 6-2, something ridiculous like that. So it's something that I've actually wanted to come back and fine-tune a little bit. We've got it to the point now where it is a lot of fun, reasonably consistent, but it's not gonna beat any of the tier decks. Don't get your hopes up that much about it. But yeah, we're basically gonna try and play as many Chandras as possible. So one of the least notable ones is Chandra's Flame Fury, a 6-mana 4-loyalty Planeswalker. Get to deal 2 damage to any target. The -2 deals 4 damage to a creature and 2 damage to that creature's controller. So basically the -2 is a turbocharged +1. And then the -8 deals 10 damage to target player and each creature that player controls. So a board wipe. We're probably never going to get to that, but just the removal side of this is kind of interesting. Again, I'm only running this because it's got the word Chandra in it. I actually probably, if we were trying to make it more serious, would cut this card. And I don't know what I would go up for it, to be honest, but this is definitely one of the cuttable cards in the deck. Maybe even just going up another Awakened Inferno, but I only have 2 of these, and again, I'm not going to be crafting more of them. But the actual build-around card of the deck is Chandra's Regulator. 2 mana for an artifact. Whenever you activate a loyalty ability of a Chandra Planeswalker, you may pay 1. If you do, copy that ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. And then we also have this wonderful little loot effect here. The pay 1 and discard. Discard a mountain or a red card and draw a card. So basically our entire deck is discardable off of that one. So we can get rid of our flooding, maybe, if we have it. Get rid of the mana screw by getting rid of some expensive cards and hoping to draw lands. Things like that. Chandra's Regulator is really good. And of course, it doubles up on all of our abilities. So one notable ability that we can double up on is Chandra's Novice Pyromancer. 4 mana for a 5 loyalty Planeswalker. This is probably one of the powerhouses in the deck. It doesn't look like it, but honestly it is. The -1 is the most useful of this Planeswalker here. We get to add 2 mana to our mana pool. However, if we pay 1, we can add basically an extra 2 mana. So we get a nice little ramp up into our Awakened Inferno. So if we manage to resolve a Novice Pyromancer, it doesn't matter that we don't have 6 mana, we can actually cast all of our 6 drops off of the Novice Pyromancer. That's not all though. The tick 1 up here as well synergizes with another of our Chandras, the Acolyte of Flame, the most useful on this card being the create 2 1/1 elemental creature tokens. What we can do is give those elemental creature tokens +2/+0. However, 3-card combo, if you all have all this in play, you can play your Novice Pyromancer, and you can have your Acolyte of Flame in play. You pay the 0 to make 2 1/1 red elemental creature tokens, paying the 1 on the Regulator. So we get 4 1/1 red elemental creature tokens. And then you tick up Novice Pyromancer, and you double the tick up effect. So you actually may give them +4/+0, which means Chandra Acolyte of Flame every single turn is attacking for 20 damage over 4 creatures. Insane. If we can manage to get this combo together, it's going to be pretty sweet. But yeah, other than that, we've got a little bit of survivability with the Sahelis. When we're casting on creature spells, we make a servo, which we can use to block and protect our Planeswalkers. Got an Ember Cat to do pretty much the same thing. Ember Cat goes from 2 mana up to the 4 on the Novice Pyromancer, which means we can follow up the next turn with our Awaken the Inferno on turn 4. Pretty sweet. And the rest is just removal. We got the Shocks, deal 2 damage, Lava Coils, deal 4 damage, and Exile if it works. Flame Sweep is our board wipe, 2 damage to each creature, except for creatures we control with flying. Irrelevant, it's just 2 damage to each creature. And Chandra's Triumph being the big one here, 3 damage to a creature or Planeswalker an opponent controls. And if you have a Chandra in play, it deals 5 damage to that permanent instead. So it's going to be able to kill a lot of Planeswalkers and a lot of creatures. Acolyte of Flame can minus into the graveyard to go get that as well, so we have a bit of reusability that way. That's essentially the deck, guys. I won't keep you. Let's get into the gameplay and showcase the deck. But before we do that, if you'd be so kind as to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this in the future, it helps out the channel immensely, and I really appreciate it. Alright guys, let's go into the games. Alright, so we've got some Chandras. We don't have a third land or a regulator. I think I'm going to mull this hand. There are better hands, and I think I'm just going to go looking for one. London Mulligan allows me to do things like that. Okay, 3 lands. We've got the Saheelis, the Chandras. What card do we actually throw away, though, is the question. I think maybe it's the Acolyte of Flame. Since we have the Saheelis generating tokens, the Flame Sweep's probably going to be used, and then we want to follow up with Chandra anyway after Saheeli, so I think it's 3 mana Chandra here. Mountain go. More mountains. This is actually good. We wanted the 4 mana. We just don't want to see too many of them. So let's calm it down now. Saheeli, okay. Might be relevant. I mean, if they've got, like, Bedevil, then we're okay. Is it? No, it's not Bedevil. So, what card am I thinking of? The Planeswalker killing one in Rakdos. Is it Bedevil?
Oh,
it's not, is it? Because that's the deck Bedevil. Yeah. I don't know. I'm having a brain fart. Apologies. Alright, well, we're going to get some Chandring done. I want to see some good cards. That's not a good card. It's really not a good card. That's 1 less Fire Artisan we can play. But we can get him for 1. We have a Shock to generate another 2/2. Also could get out. Generate another 1/1, sorry. But we can kill a 2/2. That might get in our way. Spawn of Mayhem. Might be worth killing. We can Flame Sweep. And then Shock and get a token back. Getting 2 for 1 doesn't feel great, but I'd rather my opponent not have a 4/4 I can't interact with. Don't tell me you got a God's Willing. Or a Pump Spell. Oh my god. Oh, what a blowout. What a blowout. And then we draw lands. Because of course we would.
Sit back and watch it burn.
Chandra, Acolyte of Flame. Okay. Generate a 1/1.
Chandra, you need
Land for the turn, and I think we just put...
Let me burn.
I think we just put a counter on everything. That way Spawn of Mayhem can't kill the Acolyte of Flame, and we're set up to ult our 4 mana Chandra. So they basically have to hit her instead of us. And we can just keep ticking her up. That was pretty grim though. This looks kind of like maybe a Kalia deck then. So expect some Angels. Clarion, okay. About as low impact as Clarion can get, I suppose. Yeah, they have to keep the Fire Artisan from ulting because they do not want us getting access to all of our stuff. I suppose they got the life gain, but I don't feel like that's particularly relevant. Well, we can try and kill Spawn of Mayhem, I suppose. Let's first see what we have on top. We should always Fire Artisan first, because you never know when you might get a really good card. Like that one. We have to dodge another God's Willing, but looks like our opponent doesn't have it, and Chandra Tribal is victorious. Yeah, we got blown out really badly there, but we weren't blown out again. So, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. 3 Chandras and a Flame Sweep. I think we can take this, although it is slow, but maybe we can get a blowout potential on the Flame Sweep here. It's entirely matchup dependent. And we do still need a land, but Novice Pyromancer actually leads straight into the Chandra if we can get to 4 mana, so it's pretty sweet. It's like we can go turn 4 Chandra. Turn 5, play this Chandra, and then -3 and just sweep away the board. Regulator's pretty good. As is our opponent playing a Knight of Ebon Legion here that we can flame sweep. So yeah, really happy to see us getting value there. Land off the top's basically our best draw. We didn't manage it though. I think I actually go for a Chandra's Triumph here, because our opponent might spend the entire turn activating this Knight, which takes it up to enough to give it the opportunity. Oh yes. Well, we're just gonna flame sweep now then. Kill all that stuff and then Triumph this aerialist. If we got a land, we could Pyromancer into the Triumph, which is a nice play, but we didn't manage to make that happen, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm just going to Chandra's Triumph here. Get rid of the 3 mana, the 3 toughness dude. I'm just wondering whether or not I want to try and make my land drop this turn, which is pretty important. But these cards are so good. Shock's the only one I could see myself getting rid of for that land drop. But now Pyromancer doesn't lead into anything. That's the problem, really. I think I'll just hope that this Shock is useful. And that if it's not, the Regulator doesn't give me a land that makes me feel bad. Yeah, looks like our opponent's not doing anything. Well, it's a Shock. And a land. Pretty good. Alright. So now we can do Novice Pyromancer.
Hi, I'm ready to fight.
And then we could do 2 damage to any target. I suppose we might as well just -1 and use the Shock from hand, though.
Time for sparks to fly.
Kill the Vampire of the Dire Moon, which is the only thing pressuring us right now. And I want to keep these 2 Planeswalkers here, so... Oh yes, that land's real nice. Okay, so... let's minus Chandra. And... does it matter if we pay 1 here? We get 4, 5, 6... Doesn't actually matter if we pay 1. Guess we might as well though, right?
So reach into that Layla.
There's also no reason not to.
Let's start at a sizzle.
Actually, this kind of works out, because now we get to activate twice. And if we really don't need this Fire Artisan, which I think we do,
or is it getting a little warm?
we now have the ability to regulate. So if I need to emergency dig for something, that's an option available to us. Sweet. Opponent doesn't have an answer to our constant board wipes with the Awakened Inferno. Good stuff. Okay, we're in. We got a 2-lander and a Regulator. We can defend ourselves on turn 1 as well. I think we'll absolutely keep this hand. We do need to find our 3rd and 4th mana. But, if we find it off the top, that's nice. If we don't, then we can regulate for it, I guess. So, do we kill a Mana Dork? We do not. It's probably, if I had to guess, going to be Elementals. So these Shocks are actually going to get some decent value. Killing Risen Reefs and things like that. Opponent reading the Regulator. Ooh, we got a Mountain. That's pretty good. Alright, so now we'll go Saheeli. We're not actually going to stop the value off of Risen Reef. Ooh, maybe they've got a counterspell. Go right ahead, I guess. It's value if you don't, though. Syncopate X1. Alright, maybe not Elementals, then. Maybe it's like Wilderness Wreck or some weird stuff like that. And they just pass. Alright, well, let's throw out another spell that can get countered. That I'm perfectly fine if it does. Gotta eat those counter spells if you're up against a control matchup. There's no sense in not playing into them. Sometimes, of course, you do have situations where you could wait for a bait spell. Like, if my card is really important that it loses the game if I don't resolve it, then obviously you don't play that into a counter spell. But if it's like these Shocks, I'm just going to play them and see what we can do. Alright, I'm going to get rid of this Flame Sweep, looking for a land drop, because I really need it. It's like these Chandras are not really integral. And the Saheelis, they're not integral to my game plan at all, so I'm just going to run them into the counters so that when I finally do get to the card that matters, my opponent can do nothing about it. Cutthroat is dead. Excuse me. I appear to have not been given the priority to kill the Cutthroat while my opponent was tapped out. Care to explain yourself? This is going to be a pretty good blowout if they've got Frilled Mystic, because then I get to kill that as well. And our opponent taps out. Unsummon. It's dead again. Frilled Mystic, I dare you. So this is Simic Flash. It's a pretty good deck, to be honest. We seem to have the hand to deal with it, though. Yeah, the hesitation there says they've got Frilled Mystic, so now we know we have to play around that. So I'm going to play around that with a Chandra Acolyte of Flame. I leave open the 1 mana here to just shock the Frilled Mystic if it crops up.
I learned a bunch of new burn spells to try on you.
And what's in my graveyard right now? Flame Sweeps and Shocks. Okay, well, I'm just going to go the Elementals. And I want my end step stop here in case they flash at end step, which obviously they will be doing so. Decline that. I want to kill the Brine Elemental or whatever it's called.
So cute.
Brineborn Cutthroat. That's the one. Alright, it is very suspicious that I've got something here, but I don't care. I will leave them to be feeling suspicious as much as possible. Alright, try and kill the Trickster. See if they've got another flash creature. They do. Alright. So we kill a Trickster. They get to kill a blocker that's going to die anyway. And my Chandra lives. Our opponent's running out of interaction. And now I get to drop down a Fire Artisan next turn by the looks of things. Which is going to be pretty sweet. Fire Artisan hopefully hits a land so then I can double activate the Acolyte of Flame. That's kind of like the ideal scenario, I think.
Keep it up and you'll pay.
Flame's Fury. Okay. Well, let's go Fire Artisan. Everything's played on my turn, so yeah. No surprises here. They've got a perfect answer. Oh, that actually really sucks. That really sucks. Now, I could hit them for 1, but I think I'm going to go for the loyalty counter instead, because it forces them to attack him with the extra damage spell here.
I just want to burn stuff already.
Which is going to buy me time to find my Awakened Inferno to just wipe the board, or whatever I need.
I'm late to meditation anyway.
Chandra's Embercat, not quite what I had in mind, but it's a blocker, I guess, that my opponent has to deal with. Perfect answers. Continue forth. Alright. I'm going to cycle this card away. Preferably for like a land drop. Or a shock. Have I, no, I haven't used all my shocks. Alright, we got the worst card in our deck. Down to 13, and Novice Pyromancer. I guess I could play that. Hit Frilled Mystic, and then she's on 1 from the Trickster attack. It looks like my opponent again has the perfect answer, so not much you can do here. Some games you just can't win. You just got to accept that. If you don't accept that, you'll get salty. This matchup's with these draws that my opponent's having is straight up unwinnable. Let's get rid of the Regulator. If we get good draws, then maybe it's winnable, but who knows. Chandra's Triumph on Frilled Mystic's okay. Get that end step stop, just in case, because now they get priority. Night Pack Ambush is really grim for us. Gotta kill the Frilled Mystic, because we can't deal the 5. We could wait until we have a Chandra, but we're too far behind to allow waiting to deal it for us. And honestly, I don't think we have a single answer to this. We go down to 2, our opponent makes a 2-2 or 3-3 or whatever it is. Yeah. Would have been nice if we had 7 mana, but we don't. So, GG's. Okay, this hand looks kind of crappy, honestly, but Regulator can help a crappy hand out. So it's almost... I think it's actually maybe keepable. We turn 2 Regulator, and turn 3 we've got a Regulator to dump. These Flame Sweeps, if they're not relevant, then we can dump them later, otherwise they're useful. And then we got Saheeli to just start generating stuff. It doesn't look like a fantastic hand, but as I said, we can shape this one into something that looks good. Awakened Infernos early. We don't want early. Great, small flash decks. Yay. Okay, fun's over, guys. Yeah, Simic Flash again. Woo. Okay, well, let's just go Saheeli and watch it get countered. These Flame Sweeps gonna be pretty good, as it turns out. Yep, there's the Dispersal. Alright. Good news is Flame Sweep is instant speed and kills pretty much everything in their deck, so we can just pass it away. See if they go for Flash Creature. I'm going to stick full control because I forgot that in step stop. So now I get to Flame Sweep and kill everything. And pass the turn. You got to make sure that you have that stop, or at least you hit full control, because otherwise it just skips phases. I'm not sure if they fixed that actually. They might have, but I don't trust it. So just in case you don't trust it, there's your option. Okay. I could do Novice Pyromancer minus Regulate away the Regulator. They could have Syncopates, Negates. Spell Pierce is now the only option. Yep, their only option, and they found it. Oh boy. Gotta love that sweet, sweet RNG when it's on your opponent's side. Okay. Well, we're gonna get this Awakened Inferno down almost inevitably here, I think, so it's not the end of the world. Let's get rid of the spare Regulator. Chandra's Triumph's pretty good. Again, we want to set our end step against a deck like this, because on end step they will nerf up Trickster me, or Brine, Cutthroat, whatever he's called. And then we get to Chandra's Triumph it away. Oh, more ops, okay. Well, now they only have Spectral Sailor as their option. Let's find out if they RNG into it. Nope. Okay. Come on, land. Land in this game is actually just over. Good stuff. Alright, Chandra. Counter this uncounterable spell, I dare you. Good stuff. Alright. Can't be countered.
I need some candy.
And I could actually just deal... Yeah, that's an oops from me as well. I could just kill this Frilled Mystic. I think I will. -2, the Frilled Mystic. And then from here we can just start ticking up. We have removal, which is very tall removal now. And we have the Flame Sweep for end step stuff as well. So the game is over. Our opponent can't win. End step stop as well. For all of our special spells.
No pressure. Hope it's not too hot for you.
And we're going to pass because we're just going to regulate the Ember Cat away, and it's the only playable thing that we want to do on our turn anyway. There's a Trickster. Okay. We'll allow a Trickster. I don't want to Triumph away a Trickster when it's not going to actually kill us. Or our Chandra. Save like Chandra's Triumph for like Night Pack Ambusher. Something like that. We also just have a really decent board wipe with the Chandra's -3. It's basically 6 damage to each non-elemental in this deck. So, yeah. If they can't find the 4 power, they're just going to lose. And scoops them up. Alright. So yeah, if we draw what we want, we beat this deck. And if we don't, then they win. It's simple as that. Alright, we got a Chandra-based hand. No removal outside of the Flame Sweep, which might not be castable, but I think we take this one on draw. We really want to just see another land. Yeah, let's do it. I'm not big on the Acolyte of Flame. She's got a potential, though. but she's not like game winning. Maybe she only wants to be a 3 of, honestly. I just don't know what I would go down for her. That's a horrible draw. Maybe it's useful. I don't know. That's an also horrible draw, but we get the regulator down, which should be around until the end of time. We can get rid of some of these horrible draws. Replace them with some less horrible stuff. Alright. No answers to regulator. 3 lands is good. I guess we go Acolyte of Flame now. Hell yeah.
Anyone need a fire
Get the pressure on board.
No?
Force our
Say hi
opponent
to
to
my
put something
fiery
in the way,
friends.
which allows my removal to actually be good. What we really want, though, is another land, so we can Novice Pyromancer. Alright, if I had to guess, we're going up against something like Vampires, but they've got early game plays, so I'm not entirely sure why we haven't seen them. Black-white control is a thing, I guess. But as somebody who used to main black-white control and did in a competitive metagame challenge, I'll just put it out here. Black-white control isn't good anymore. It just can't compete. Alright. Seems good. So we can do Novice Pyromancer, which will get us the 4 mana next turn for the Chandra, which leaves us with the 4 mana, or the 3 mana anyway, to actually cast the spells off of the double tick up. So that's kind of cool. It's also a nice little bait spell for removal, if they have it. I could 2 damage to any target. I'm not against that. 4 mana shock.
Pyromaster and Firebrand.
Good stuff. Yeah, because I imagine she's going to bite the dust here, so I want to get some value out of her. And there isn't anything hasty in black and white that I have to worry about. Dread Presence. That's dead. Oh, they can keep Chandra from -1ing. Okay.
Nope. Don't like that.
Nope. Don't like that. Alright, well, I don't like it either. So, let's just... Chandra's Triumph away the Dread Presence.
Sit back and watch it burn.
Get it out of here. No reason to pay 1. I'll regulate away a Flame Sweep, I guess. If it's not useful on their end step. I want to be able to -1, so I've got the spare mana to play whatever the +1 on the next Chandra has. So they play their land drop. So we don't have to worry about Dread Presence land killing Pyromancer. Can regulate away a Flame Sweep and still keep 1 in hand in case it's relevant. I really don't know what my opponent's doing though. It just kind of looks like a black-white control list that's leveraging Dread Presence for card advantage and removal. It's reasonable, I suppose. Ugin. Great.
My presence alone will guide you towards...
So I imagine they go after the regulator. If they tick up, that's fine by me. We can probably kill Ugin at that point with a Chandra's Triumph. Even Acolyte of Flame can minus to go get the Chandra's Triumph and deal 5 to Ugin. So really they should kill the regulator here because there's a good chance that they don't get to keep their Ugin. Oh, even better. I'm going to get rid of a Flame Sweep. Ah, dang it. Obviously. Obviously that would be what I get. Alright, fair enough. Play it your way.
I've learned a bunch of new burn spells to try on you.
I'm gonna try my burn spells on you, opponent.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
Okay. It even doubles the voice lines. How powerful. Alright, so now we got rid of an Ugin. And we're also hitting for 3. We got the mana open for the regulator discard.
I will seek other allies.
Yeah, if we had our Novice Pyromancer, we'd have been dealing 20 there and our opponent would have lost. which is a shame. Good game, they say. I'll give him a good game. Sounds like they're not having a good game. But if it makes them feel better... Here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'll have 4 elementals, please.
Don't worry, I brought company.
And then they'll all get +4 +0. 20 damage coming at you.
Oh, I just want to hop out.
Here we go.
Look at all these friends.
3-card combo. You need to deal with 2 of them or gain life. That's 1. Still threatening lethal. Oh, they've got it. Okay. Going down to 5. But we do it again next turn. So... there's that, I suppose. Yep. 3-card combo. That's why I run all these 3. As many copies as I can. Chandra Novice Pyromancer is underrated in a Chandra tribal deck, I would say. The mana's just so good. So good. Alright guys, well that is going to do it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this list. It's a bit of a fun one. There are a few cards in here that obviously probably shouldn't be in here if you want to make it more competitive. Flames Fury is an example. I put her in here because I had her. And I wanted all the Chandras that I actually owned in the game in here as well. Ember Cat is a bit hit or miss. I like the idea of an Ember Cat on turn 2 into a turn 4 Novice Pyromancer though, which makes the next one into the Awakened Inferno pretty nice. Basically, I think it's turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. Turn 4 Chandra Awakened Inferno. Seems pretty good, right? But, yeah, I don't know what Flames Fury would go down for, an Ember Cat. Maybe it's more removal. Maybe it's just a different Chandra. Could very well be the case, but anyway guys, I'm going to leave it off there. Let me know what you think down in the comments section below, but other than that, make sure to hit that like button. It helps out the channel immensely and lets me know that you want to see more content like this in the future. Other than that guys, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.